8, a 10th career pole, a 4th in the last 6 races for Pecco.
The crowd is ready, the riders are ready, let's race at the Cathedral of Speed. Pecco Bagnaia on pole position ahead of Fabio Quartararo and Jorge Martin. Marco Bezzecchi, a sensational fourth ahead of Aleix Espargaro, who trails Fabio Quartararo by 34 points in the world title chase. Jack Miller starts 6th with a long lap penalty. The KTM challenge comes from rows 3 and 4 with Miguel Oliveira and Brad Binder. Keep your eyes on Maverick.
Rossi versus Marquez back in 2015. One lights out very, very shortly, and we are going to be go here in ASSEN. Great start from pole position for Pecco Bagnaia. Likewise, Fabio Quartararo as well. The World Championship going in wide. He's going hot in that first corner. Martin and Aleix was second, back to 4th. And what about this one? Aleix Espargaro. Stunning start from the man.
Away very, very well. He was on the outside of turn 1 and was able to take advantage. Quartararo straight back through into this strub, and he knows he needs to get out lead. Martin now just behind Aleix Espargaro. Then we have Jack Miller, who has to serve his long lap penalty, and Marco Bezzecchi back in 6th.
Quartararo was second in second. He must have been really aggressive at the Struben. He has lost second place back though to Aleix Espargaro. Also, he's been really aggressive at the Struben. He has lost second place back though to Aleix Espargaro. Also, he's into turn 9 now into the Bolt. Pecco Bagnaia is already nearly 9/10 of a second. Jack Miller going through the Bolt. That's a successful move. So Bezzecchi started P4, now back in P4 ahead of the Aussie.
Awful start for Jim Screens. I'm sure it was him I saw running wide there on the exit of the Bolt. Zarco currently down in P12. Any hopes for a podium are remote from
over Aleix Espargaro, who's had a superb first lap. A stunner from the Spaniard. He was 5th on the grid. Miller, Binder, Nakagami, Vinales, Oliveira, your top 10.
Not a good start for the factory Suzuki's. Alex Rins, as you can see on the left-hand side of his screen.
His podium aspirations, he absolutely nailed it, didn't he? Antistic 5th place 7 days ago in Germany. Started 13th in Marine.
Lap 2, fastest lap of the race to Aleix Espargaro, who pulls 0.3 of a second back on Pecco Bagnaia. Martin now is to come through an long lap penalty very, very soon. He doesn't this time, so he'll have to on the next lap. Brad Binder's made good, and Maverick Vinales, who we know has very good race pace, hasn't made the early progress he would have hoped to. He is up too far.
Put his faith and backed Marco Bezzecchi, didn't he? And that faith has not been misplaced at all in the early stages of this.
Keeper here from Pecco Bagnaia early in the weekend. He said he doesn't think this is the kind of circuit where someone will be able to break away.
Through Madijk, Quartararo now. Germany last weekend to take a podium. That will be a big ask now though here in ASSEN as he slots in behind the number 88, the factory.
Miller, as he now gets ready to resume his charge through the field. 10th position for him. Here are the tyre choices on your screen. There were a couple of late changes.
By Bagnaia, we're now looking from the rear-facing camera of Aleix Espargaro, getting a face full, aren't we here? Overhider, then they'll bank it hard left through the Ramshook still. Right in striking distance now, the Aprilia man.
Fastest rider on track though is Marco Bezzecchi.
Right in striking distance now, the Aprilia man.
Fastest rider on track though is Marco Bezzecchi, lapping near enough on the same lap time on a 1:33.0, but it was a third full clear as Quartararo now attacks.
Oh, he's down! Oh no, Fabio Quartararo's gone down! Of 2021, Fabio Quartararo's had 1 DNF in the last
15th position. Here's another look then from the helicopter shot. The move was on. Quartararo goes for the dive up the inside and contact with Aleix Espargaro. Quartararo has rejoined, but he's going to have to take responsibility for that.
That's just a mistake that's so unusual, so rare, isn't it, for Fabio Quartararo? He's
15th position. Here's another look then from the helicopter shot. The move was on. Quartararo goes for the dive up the inside and contact with Aleix Espargaro. Pushes Aleix Espargaro.
Side there of Aleix Espargaro. There was contact there. You can just see that the front going out from underneath Quartararo. Thankfully, Aleix Espargaro did stay on board. I remember Quartararo then came over the line in last place. No great surprise there. He did a 1:52.7, so
who's now up into second place. It was a disastrous lap though for the Monster Energy Yamaha team. Not only did Fabio
started to stretch away, Quartararo had also been getting a message about how quickly to Aleix Espargaro, who at the moment has just come over the line, a solitary point back into the Aprilia man. He's in P24. Last place for Fabio Quartararo. We've not said that very often. Vermeer.
Bit front just yet, despite the fact that Bagnaia is too light.
In 12th place. Aleix Espargaro right up. He's down the back straight, isn't he?
Oh, someone else is down.
Obviously now, it was going to be a very remote chance of scoring any points anyway, but this is going to be the big talking point in MotoGP as we head into the long 5 early on at the Struben, and Quartararo goes down. The fans, such a tax. That's more positions and places gained than for Aleix Espargaro. He's creeping his way to
it down, and if he's thinking like a world championship contender, he has to look at the opportunity here. Of course, he should. In this afternoon for the Monster Energy Yamaha team is complete. Both of their riders now out of the Grand.
Directly at Fabio Quartararo, he starts to lose the rear tyre, and then he just gets so far, and that pushes him a second for the first time clear of Bezzecchi this Grand Prix, although Espargaro's just dug in to find a 1:32.591, fastest lap of the Grand Prix for him. Well, high drama again, Fabio Quartararo. Well, we thought it was unusual twice in the Dutch TT to CP World Championship leader Fabio Quartararo on the way in, hitting Aleix Espargaro a few laps to go, and on the way out of turn 5, that's Ferraro. He starts to lose the rear tyre, and then he just gets flicked. World Championship almost turned on his head really here.
Catty really snaking as he slams on the brakes. Straight, it's not a very long straight. He's on the outside line, and Zarco should be able to get on the brakes and hold that one off into fighting for 9th position, and he'll now become 8th as Taka Nakagami serves his long lap penalty.
Aleix Espargaro is having a set right here in turn 5 because without any question he's got pace to have won this Grand Prix and gone with Pecco Bagnaia. He's just another coming out of Wienslang, now going through Ruskenhoek in turn 7, approaching hard towards Steckenval.
Aleix Espargaro further into play. He's back into Ramshoek, and he moves past Zarco. The second man in the championship passes the rider who currently sits 3rd. Aleix Espargaro
through the field. It's like a hot knife through butter, isn't it? Aleix Espargaro, of course, I was going to say he was going to potentially have seconds behind the Portuguese man with still time in his pocket. 10 laps to go. There's a face much faster. They've still got the confidence to push hard. Well, it's a dry track, isn't it? The rain hasn't come heavy enough as yet to sort of see.
He's going a half a second a lap faster than everyone ahead of him, with the exception of the race leader, Francesco. A big points haul against the odds, still coming in.
It's completely gone when Fabio Quattro's place, still keeping tabs as on this ASSEN circuit right now, keeping himself in the 132 bracket. 132, an intense late battle here between Viñales and Miller. Great penalty, but is Miller going to snatch the podium away here late on from the Aprilia man? He's building momentum through the 4th gear, close enough to attack on the brakes. No, he isn't. Maverick Viñales, though, will know that Miller is right there. Miller closes right up on the Spaniel on the brakes into the first corner. No, Viñales really good on the front end of that Aprilia. Pecco Bagnaia on course for the victory. Marco Viñales for 3rd.
He's destroying a potential shot down the Wienslang, the back straight here towards.
Don't dis Espargaro potentially getting in this battle for 3rd because they've just started to. And he's gone for it. Is he going to get a little bit hot? He sadly has. 3rd place here from Viñales, and now Miller with that running in too hot. He looks like he's under. Well, he is under big pressure here coming from Binder. Good job by him. He's now in P6.
P5 for out of the question. Yeah, either he did a 132. Close Aleix Espargaro to the South African in that final chicane, but with that moment time around, that leaves Maverick Viñales clear. He's just got a mistake-free final lap to go, and he will have. It would be a bit of a save for the Aprilia team in general, wouldn't it, if Aleix Espargaro can join him? He's got a 1 second advantage in his pocket, and Viñales has
the Aprilia podium. Here we come then, Pecco Bagnaia through as Ducati are going to get some Dutch delight here in Assen after the bitter disappointment of his days ago in the Saxon ring. Dutch TT winner in Marco Bed second, takes a career first, 2nd place. Maverick Espargaro with a sensational last. Aleix Espargaro, look at that big intake of breath from him. What a move this is. He's got Binder and Miller in front of him, two of the latest breakers in MotoGP. How close was that? How enthralling.